Helena Wayne continues to crisscross the very ages themselves, all the while uncovering new clues in a vast, ever-expanding conspiracy involving the JSA. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Justice Society of America issue number 3 and find out together, shall we? So then, as we open up with this long-delayed issue, we are reintroduced to Unknown Soldier, probably one of my favorite and most underutilized DC comic characters. He's passing off some very important information regarding Perdegaton to Sergeant Rock and Easy Company. Oh yeah, you thought Jeff Johns just had love for all the Golden Age heroes. Oh no, we're going back even further and shining the light on the old classic weird war stories that DC was known for. Johns also takes this opportunity to introduce some new wrinkles into Perdegaton's story, as well as tie together some hanging plot threads. Apparently he worked for the Axis under one Dr. Z, another mostly forgotten mad scientist character from All-Star Comics in the 40s. Their plan was simple: use technology to travel back in time and help the Nazis win the war. They called this deep research Project Ulrich, which, if you know your German, is actually reference to clockmaking. And hey, if you think that might be a little sly reference to Dr. Manhattan on the part of Jeff Johns, you ain't seen nothing yet. You see, Sergeant Rock and Easy Company shoot up the lab where these time travel experiments are happening. And in order to escape, the young Perdegaton jumps into the prototype machine, blasting himself into the far future, where he would eventually end up meeting and fighting the JSA for the first time. I find this interesting because the effect they use on Perdegaton as he time jumps for the first time is actually very similar to Dr. Manhattan getting his powers, only with blue light swapped out for red. Now, as it turns out, this flashback is actually part of a much bigger discussion going on in present day right now, with Helena Wayne the Huntress, Khalid the current modern day Dr. Fate, as well as Detective Chimp and Deadman. In a very fun bit of writing, all these present day characters go, you're the Huntress from 26 years in the future, huh? Interesting. Did you know Huntress? Are you her daughter? No, actually, I'm Batman and Catwoman's daughter. But, Bert and Ellie was a friend of the family. I looked up to her and respected her, and that's why I took her moniker and not, say, Batman or Catwoman's. Well, I guess they had to write a reason for that eventually, huh? Helena coming face to face with Dr. Fate is also pretty emotional too, considering that she just watched Khalid die in the future. But now that she's been sent here to the past with the snow globe, she thinks that they may finally have a chance to get one over on Perdegaton and fix time. And to do that, it's decided they take a page from the Scooby-Doo playbook. Yes, that's right, they're gonna split up to cover more ground. Huntress and Dr. Fate are going to go and meet with the modern-day incarnation of the JSA, while Deadman and Detective Chimp take this mysterious snow globe to Madame Xanadu. After all, she knows a thing or two about crystals, so surely she should have some answers for all of them. Now, who exactly is on the modern-day incarnation of the Justice Society of America? Well, that's an interesting answer. There's members we all know, like Karen Starr the Power Girl, Alan Scott the Green Lantern, Jay Garrick the Flash, as well as some new blood. There's Stargirl Courtney Whitmore, and get this, returning versions of younger members of the JSA, including Yolanda Wildcat and Beth Dr. Midnight, as well as Joaquin Thunder and his genie. These characters haven't been seen in the main continuity since, God, I don't even know when, probably the last time Jeff Johns was writing. A couple of them were actually dead, and the reason the story gives for their big return right here, right now, is because of the Lazarus storms. Apparently, when Lazarus Island blew up, a bunch of people came back from the dead. Which, I mean, seriously, of all the backups and stupid tie-ins we got to Lazarus Planet, why wasn't this a story? This really should have been a story, as it connects to the greater JSA and the new Golden Age. Obviously, the members of the JSA are pretty surprised to see Helena Wayne in front of them right now, but not all that surprised. After all, some of these heroes have been pretty old and have been getting into adventures like this since forever. Some members actually broached the topic of Batman, saying, hey, if this is his daughter from the future, maybe we should call him and get involved. Only for the best line of the entire issue to be uttered, and that is, why does Batman have to be involved in everything? After all, Perdegaton has always been a JSA problem. We should continue to deal with them. Now that the heroes of the present and future can actually sit together and compare notes, a lot of questions begin to come up, and that is, why is Perdegaton choosing to attack them in such an odd way? If he has such mastery over time and wanted to stop the Justice Society of America from being formed, why didn't he go back in time and kill the founding members? Why is he killing future members of the team, and why is he attacking Dr. Fate specifically? Then, of course, there's the bigger mystery of the snow globe that the team still has yet to uncover. In fact, this is one of those scenarios wherein we as the reader actually know more than the people we're reading about. Luckily for Huntress and the rest of the JSA, Perdegaton is nothing if not an egomaniacal jerk who shows up at that very moment to gloat and monologue about his evil plan. But if you still want all those burning questions answered, it looks like you'll have to check back on it next time. And so that was Justice League of America issue number 3, everyone, and overall I enjoyed this issue, even if the wait in between issues has been murderous. If nothing else, I think this issue unequivocally answers a question that a lot of people have been asking, and that is, hey, this Jeff Johns stuff, does this take place in the main universe, or is it in its own little side universe? Perhaps Helena's future is still maybe only a possible future, but we know for a fact, though, that she is indeed hanging out in the main universe timeline right now. The Lazarus Planet connection is also a little funny too, because in that story, Khalid lost his memory and had the Helmet of Fate stolen away from him, and yet right here he has it and is back again as Dr. Fate, so I guess that's a good win for him. I always love getting to see the unconventional comic book heroes like Sergeant Rock and Easy Company, and if Jeff Johns is going to continue to have this story touch on basically every era in DC Comics, I'd love to see them do some Western stuff soon. Beyond that, this issue probably had more questions than actual answers to it, but it's still a lot of fun to read, a great looking book, with a cast that only gets more colorful and more eclectic as time goes on, and yeah, I can't wait to see where they go from here, even if I feel a couple of the other issues were stronger. Overall, I'd give this one a 7.5 out of 10.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cave Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time, everyone, I've been Cave Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.